Bunker parties. The development over the years of this type of party and the consequences which may happen in the future. I'll be showing you exactly how valuable this place is for many of the islanders. So how do we get from here to here? Alderney is a small island in the Channel Islands, with a population of as little as 2,000. There's very little for the youth to do on the island. In World War II, in the 1940s, the Germans invaded Alderney, transforming the island into a concentration camp, but also building many bunkers over the island to protect against planes and boats. In 1945, Alderney was ours again, and today these bunkers still stand. Bunker parties first began about 30 years ago.
I mean, the old original bunkers that I used to go to occasionally were literally sitting around the big open gun emplacement on the end, where people would put a few pallets in the middle, light a fire, and somebody would turn up with a Ghetto Blaster portable radio, and that was it really. That was the only thing, and people would just sit around and chat and have a few beers, whatever. But now things are getting a little bit more organised in that there is a DJ, you've got a big deck, and you've got all the rest of it. You've got lighting, you've got all the laser things going on around there.
About 4 years ago, a few people put some money together, got like a little sound system, started doing bunker parties, raised a bit of money, and then put more money out of their own pocket towards it to get generators and stuff. And then every year now it's getting bigger and bigger. The ones out, the guns, because they're the biggest, well, yeah, one of the biggest. They've been doing them up there for 20, 30 years. A lot of people know where they are.
So what do some of the locals think about the bunker parties?
Yes, I think it's probably important that they have some sort of outlet.
Yes, I do, because I think that young people have to have somewhere to get together with their friends. You have to have some kind of entertainment, and in Alderney there isn't, so the young people make their own, and I think they're very enterprising.
We would always go down and make a statutory appearance and all that sort of stuff, which is great fun, great to meet people, great to see the youngsters enjoying themselves, and it is just fantastic to have a facility where children, not children, youth can enjoy a controlled environment, and long may it rain.
Yes, I think it's very good for the youth to get together and have fun.
I think the bunker parties are a good way of getting kids out of town so they can have a good time, let off steam, socialise, a bit like a rave or a disco or something. But my biggest worry is that it's very close to where we keep our pigs, and we have had some vandalism in the past, last year, and I just don't want that to happen again.
Although many of the locals agree with the bunker parties, there have been some complaints in the past.
Well, the real problem, of course, is when they leave the site and on the way home. People have really got to be, mindful of other residents and people living on the island. And yeah, unfortunately, there's the odd little thing that goes wrong. But in general, people do go home and are reasonably quiet and so on. Yeah, I think it works. I think it works very well.
Yes, I know that people aren't too happy when they're woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but people coming back. But then people fall out the pubs at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's the same difference. Bit later, that's all. Okay. Or earlier.
Well, I'm afraid I'm one of the people who's made complaints, but it's not to do specifically with the bunker parties. It's just that on the nights of the bunker parties, usually in Alderney week is the time that I'm thinking of, we get huge numbers of groups of youngsters going past the house. I think they come up when the pub's shut at about 1 o'clock in the morning. They come up Victoria Street and along the High Street, along the Hure and into the Marais, and then up the Triggle going towards the bunkers. And they make such a noise, and we do get terrible swearing and bottle breaking and just general riotousness. And I'm afraid last year I did have to call the police out. I don't like to do it or be a spoil sport, but our grandchildren were woken up and the language was just appalling and they were scared. And so I had to get the police out.
How often does that happen?
Well, it happens mainly in Alderney week. I mean, I don't know exactly how many bunker parties, but let's say there are perhaps 3 in Alderney week each year. We get these problems every single time there's a bunker party, and the problems definitely are getting worse each year.
As many of the pubs are in the centre of the island, the route to the bunker passes many houses, and there may be a couple of hundred people walking through the streets at one time.